I already found my transport directly. It's about 25 US. And we're going to Hat Yai. That's how you cross the border to Thailand from Malaysia. Let's get it going, as I have about 4 hours to make the connection to my sleeper train in Hat Yai. Until a few days ago, I booked these tickets a week ago, I didn't have a clue on how far everything was. It showed that it was actually very easy. That was a good one. Now I have 2 or 3 hours to spend here before my train departs. $6:15 my train is. It's past 4 o'clock. No, it's not 4 o'clock yet. There's a lot of police here. Should probably not film that. While I'm not going to discuss the actual insurgency taking place here, it's very clear that there is at least a fairly high level of anxiety among security personnel active here. There is a lot of heavily armed police in the streets around the train station, for example. Within the first half hour of being at the train station, I was told a few times not to film. I obviously had to adapt to that, as I'm only used to how life in Bangkok is when in Thailand, really. But that's 800 kilometers to the north from here. I do want to stress that I don't feel unsafe here at all, and life goes on as normal as well. Having said that, let's see our train for the next 18 hours rolling into the station. Filmed somewhat covert and of course largely blocked by station staff. How amazing is that? Right in front of the locomotive, almost the entirety of the shot. I have to give him credit if he noticed the camera and was just passive-aggressive towards me. And then he approached me to ask what carriage I was in, not to send me away, fortunately. Every carriage has at least one armed member from the military.
Car number 2.
2.
Yeah.
Not really sure if it's as advertised, but I have this room to myself and the air conditioning. The other thing over there is really cold. Let's head to Bangkok. Just bought this off a young lady. Communication problem, of course, but I hope this is tea. This is just a bag of ice to go with it, and I showed 100 but no change. There was 30, no change of 40, so 40 it is. We'll see how this goes. My first sleeper train in Thailand. So this door doesn't have a window. Safety feature. Bought me some soy milk and orange juice. This is from Kuala Lumpur. I didn't eat it yet, didn't drink it yet, as well as this little snack. Another quirky thing is this double door. I can't unlock it, but when I push or pull it, it's not going anywhere. Here I am in my cabin that I have all to myself. This train will take approximately 17-18 hours, and I've seen this train delaying for about 2 more. So that means up to 20 hours in this train, which will bring me to Bangkok. This is getting complicated now. I charged my GoPro batteries on top of the cable box and my phone in the basket. The bed has been made. It's a really wide bed. And it's almost 2 meters long. Not complaining after all. Very good morning from the train to Bangkok. Before we continue our trip, let's look at the basics of this overnight sleeper train. We started our trip late in the afternoon yesterday with a departure from Hat Yai at 6:15. The scheduled arrival in Bangkok is 12:45, which makes this trip 18.5 hours long, if everything is running according to the schedule. I can't tell you where we are right now though. Let's assume everything is fine. Thailand doesn't have any high-speed train lines, and the lines that exist are not very well maintained, thus do not allow regular trains to run at higher speeds as well. Many parts are done at 80 to 100 kilometers an hour or even less. But there are upgrade works ongoing on sections of this route, mainly the northern half towards Bangkok. Let's hope that helps speeding up things here in the years to come. I purchased this ticket just over a week out and decided to take the entire room for myself, as it was just 1/3 more expensive than taking one of the 2 beds here. For this sleeper train trip I paid 2,094 Thai baht. The exchange rates for euro and US dollar are displayed on the screen. And to stretch my legs I walked around for a bit in my carriage. The door is still open, or is open again, but it's still pretty quiet. Most of the curtains of the rooms are closed, so I assume those passengers also have a night's sleep, just like me. The far end of my carriage was blocked by dirty linen and someone sleeping basically on the floor in between of the bags of linen. I didn't film that though. I'm sure he worked hard throughout the night to give me a comfortable enough trip. Let's find some light. Ouch. Made it to the night. Don't ask me how. This is a terrible sleeping experience. It's 6:30 in the morning. 5 hours to go, 6 hours to go, 7, 8, 1 hours. Yeah. I'm going to find some coffee, I think. Let's see the other coaches if possible. Oh. Somebody's sleeping here. The beds here are actually sets of 2, of which the lower bed is also seating for 2. The upper bed can be stowed just like the one in my room. This carriage does have fans on the ceiling, but I doubt you'll feel anything if the curtains are closed. Pretty happy now I went for the most expensive ticket on this train, or I would have even less sleep most likely. This is certainly not one of the newest trains I have seen. Things don't just look old, it's just worn out. I guess that's what you get after 25 years of hard work in a tropical environment. You're not allowed to have alcohol with you on Thai trains. I didn't know that, but there is no sale of alcohol on train stations as well, as far as I've seen. So at least it's consistent. Meanwhile, we have arrived at the coastal town of Hua Hin, which doubles as a tourist destination. We're just making a short stop here and soon departed again. This wagon, and assume others as well on this train, was produced in South Korea some 26 years ago. Carriages for trains can live for much longer, but maintenance is absolutely needed. I guess the carriages on this train are actually beyond repair. Maybe those track upgrades we see along the route will eventually lead to new trains being put into service as well? I think it's some 2 more hours to go before we reach Bangkok. Which means this trip is over 18 hours long. Bed has been turned into a seat again. 1 hour to go before we reach our final destination of Bangkok. So let's take it easy in this very cold room because this is still blasting cold air up here. Already turned off the air conditioning unit, but still cold. Very short visit to the shower room. Water is available. This bathroom looks like one that's over 25 years old for sure. And there is a little toilet here as well, with 2 buttons. I assume that's for flushing and that's for something else. We are in Bangkok now. Not yet at the final station. Bangkok sure does have a huge number of little stations. Unfortunately, the train network isn't as developed. They do have a few metro and light rail lines though. Connecting to them onto rail is being worked on. For example, with the new Pixabay main station. This station is actually pretty nice. You can just walk straight into a taxi there. Here we are. Let's head out. With a little helping hand of railway staff with my little suitcase, I walk towards the exit of the unofficially named Hua Lamphong station, named after the neighborhood it was built in over a century ago. Yes, this is Bangkok station, but most locals use Hua Lamphong. This station was planned to be shut down in late 2021 after the construction of a new central station just a little north of here, Pixabay. But protests against this station being turned into a museum have kept it open, for the time being. Let's find the metro. It should be right outside.
สีธรรมราชใช้กำหนดเวลา 19:30 น.กำลังถอยเข้าเทียบในชานชาลาที่ 9 เพื่อความปลอดภัยของท่านผู้โดยสารโดยถอยออกมาพ้นเส้นขาวขอบชานชาลาที่ 9 ค่ะ
We have to go here. Yes.